Okay, students, we are in differentiation of parametric functions or parametric equations. In the last hour, we have studied and we have seen in very detail how can we define parametric equations or parametric functions. Once again, we shall take its review. Then we continue problems based on this. In the last class, what we have seen is that in a function y equal to f of x or f of xy equal to 0, in any of these two cases, it is always possible to express both x and y variables in terms of new variable t or theta by means of suitable equations or suitable functions, and those equations are those functions which are expressed x and y in terms of t or theta, called by the name parametric functions or parametric equations, and they are given by something like x equal to f1t, y equal to f2t, or it may be x equal to f1 theta, y equal to f2 theta, or x equal to f of t, y equal to g of t. Representation of function does not make any changes in the concept, so you can take any notation f1, f2, fg, phi1, phi2, psi1, psi2, but only thing x and y should be in terms of third variable t or theta, and these equations what we select for x and y, they must satisfy original equation either y equal to f of x or f of xy equal to 0. And also in the last class what we have seen is that in such cases, means in case of parametric functions, dy by dx is given by formula dy by dx equals to dy by dt whole divided by dx by dt. By this formula one can get dy by dx exclusively for a parametric equations. That means to find dy by dx in case of parametric functions, first get differentiation of x with respect to t as well as differentiation of y with respect to t. Take the ratio of dy by dt to dx by dt and simplify. That's the desired answer. If your variable is theta, then formula becomes obviously dy by d theta divided by dx by d theta. So we shall now continue problems based on differentiation of parametric equations. Right? The next problem. So I don't know exactly that number, it may be 5th or 6th, perhaps exactly, because this is our last class it was there. Anyway, you maintain that number. It may be perhaps the 5th problem, I am suspecting. You please maintain this problem number quite correctly. Question number 5. Why this is concerned with the differentiation of parametric functions. Find dy by dx if x equal to a sec theta, y equal to b tan theta. So first write once again given parametric equations, given x equal to a sec theta, call 1, y equals to b tan theta, call 2. Differentiating 192 with respect to theta. Dx by d theta, right hand side a into differentiation of secant theta is secant theta into tan theta, the total result is sec theta into tan theta. Similarly, we shall differentiate 2 with respect to theta, that is dy by d theta equals to b into differentiation of tan theta is secant square theta. Now finally, let's find dy by dx. Now, dy by dx is defined by dy by d theta divided by dx by d theta. Let us substitute values of dy by d theta and dx by d theta. What it becomes is that b secant square theta divided by a secant theta into tan theta. Now in the process, secant theta cancels. Left is b secant theta by a tan theta. Further, if it is given to prove some particular expression, you need to continue. Let's continue b by a. Sec theta means 1 by cos theta. At the same time, tan theta is sin theta by cos theta. So cos theta goes to numerator, means it is cos theta divided by cos theta into sin theta. Cos theta cancels. Also 1 by sin theta can be written as cosec theta. So final answer dy by dx equal to b by a into cosec theta. Next problem. Next question. If x equals to a into t minus sin t and y equals to a into 1 plus cos t, then what you are given is that x equal to a into t minus sin t, y equal to a into 1 plus cos t, then find dy by dx. Solution. Let's write once again given parametric equations without fail. Given, what is given? X equal to a into t minus sin t, curl equation 1, y equals to a into 1 plus cos t, curl equation 2. Let's differentiate 192 with respect to variable t. On differentiating 192 with respect to t, dx by dt, right hand side, sum rule, a outside, by sum rule, first term differentiation of t with respect to t minus differentiation of sin t with respect to t, or dx by dt equals to a into bracket differentiation of t 1, that is with respect to t, whereas differentiation of sin t will be cos t. Better highlight it, underline it. Same fashion, we shall differentiate equation 2 also with respect to t. Same manner. Similarly, dy by dt will be given by a outside into d by dt of 1 plus d by dt of cos t. Further, dy by dt equals to a into differentiation of 1 with respect to any variable, it is 0 because 1 is constant, whereas differentiation of cos t is minus sin t. Hence, dy by dt equals to overall result minus a sin t. Next, we shall impose the formula for dy by dx for parametric functions. We know that dy by dx equal to, that is exclusively in parametric format, given by dy by dt divided by dx by dt. Substitute values of dy by dt and dx by dt. Value of dy by dt is minus of s sin t divided by value of dx by dt is a into 1 minus cos t. A will cancel out. And if it is asking to prove some particular result, you have to continue. Let's continue. Sin t formula is 2 sin t by 2 into cos of t by 2. Divided by 1 minus cos t formula is 2 sin square t by 2. These are well known half angle formulas from trigonometry. 2 will cancel out. At the same time, 1 factor of sin t by 2 also cancel out, leaving out minus cos t by 2 divided by sin t by 2. And further, it is just like cos theta by sin theta, that is equal to cot theta. Now it is equal to minus of cot t by 2. That's the final answer. Next problem. Next question. If x equals to a into theta plus sin theta and y equals to a into 1 minus cos theta, then find dy by dx at theta equals to pi by 2. Find dy by dx at theta equals to pi by 2. Solution. Let's write it again. Given parametric equations, given x equals to a into theta plus sin theta, call 1, and y equals to a into 1 minus cos theta, call 2. Because of our parametric variable is theta, we have to differentiate 192 with respect to theta. Now, differentiating 192 with respect to theta. Left side dx by d theta, right side a outside, because it is multiplying constant, here by sum. First term differentiation of theta with respect to theta, plus second term differentiation of sin theta with respect to theta. Or dx by d theta equals to a into bracket. Differentiation of theta is 1, whereas differentiation of sin theta will be cos theta. Total 1 plus cos theta. Similarly, we shall differentiate 2 also with respect to theta. On differentiating 2 with respect to theta, dy by d theta equals to a into bracket. Differentiation of 1, 0, minus differentiation of cos theta will be minus of sin theta. That's overall minus and minus will become plus. Hence, dy by d theta equal to plus a sin theta. Let's consider the formula for dy by dx now. That is in parametric case. Now, dy by dx formula is dy by d theta divided by dx by d theta. Substituting values of dx by d theta as well as dy by d theta, that is equals to a sin theta divided by a into 1 plus cos theta. A cancels out. And also sin theta formula is 2 sin theta by 2 into cos theta by 2. Whereas 1 plus cos theta formula is 2 sin square theta by 2. The sin theta factor will cancel out. So 2 cancel out, leaving out cos theta by 2 divided by sin theta by 2. And further, cos theta by 2 by sin theta by 2 defined by cot theta by 2. So dy by dx equal to cot of theta by 2. Now this value we have to calculate at theta equal to pi by 2. Now at theta equals to pi by 2, dy by dx equals to cot of pi by 2 divided by 2. That is cot of pi by 4. But cot pi by 4 is given by 1. That's the final answer. Next problem, under parametric function differentiations. I hope that you are following the concept. Next problem. if x equals to e raised to t into sin t, y equals to e raised to t into cos t, then find dy by dx, find dy by dx at t equals to pi by 4. Solution. First write at again given parametric equations. Given, what is given? X equal to e power t into sin t, call equation 1. Y equals to e power t into cos t, call equation 2. We shall differentiate 192 with respect to variable t. Differentiating 192 with respect to t. Here dx by dt. Right side we need to apply compulsorily product rule. First function e raised to t into differentiation of sin t plus second function sin t into differentiation of e raised to t. Further, dx by dt equals to e raised to t into differentiation of sin t is cos t plus sin t into differentiation of e raised to t will be again e raised to t. Further, we can take in the right hand side common factor e power t. Hence dx by dt equal to e power t into bracket cos t plus sin t. Highlight it. Exactly similar manner, now we shall differentiate 2 also with respect to t. Differentiating 2 with respect to t. Left side notation is dy by dt. Right side we need to apply once again product rule. First function e raised to t into differentiation of cos t plus second function cos t into differentiation of e raised to t. Or dy by dt equals to e raised to t into differentiation of cos t is minus sin t plus cos t into differentiation of e raised to t is e raised to t. We can take a common factor e power t in right hand side. Hence dy by dt equals to, after e power t common, left in the bracket cos t minus sin t. Let's take formula for dy by dx now. We know that is in case of parametric functions I am telling, we know that dy by dx equals to, formula is dy by dt divided by dx by dt. Substitute values of dy by dt and dx by dt. That is e power t into bracket cos t minus sin t divided by e power t into bracket cos t plus sin t. Hence now e power t will cancel out. Now dy by dx is given by cos t minus sin t by cos t plus sin t. And this expression we have to calculate at t equal to pi by 4. Now, at t equal to pi by 4, keeping in mind sin pi by 4, cos pi by 4, both are equal to 1 by root 2. That means this term become 1 by root 2. Next term also become 1 by root 2. In the denominator we get 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2. Hence finally dy by dx at t equal to pi by 4, what it will be now given by as 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2 divided by 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2. However, 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2 will be 0. And actually 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2 become 2 by root 2. 2 by root 2 becomes root 2. It is 0 divided by root 2. However, it is 0 by non-zero. That's why its answer is perfectly 0. By chance, if it were non-zero by 0, your answer will be said as undefined. I mean, does not exist. But in this case, exists, and the existing answer is 0. Next problem. Next question, if x equals to square root of a to the power cos inverse t, y equals to square root of a to the power sin inverse t, then show that dy by dx equals to minus y by x. Solution. Consider once again given parametric equations. And also, you take this problem in your mind as a special kind of problem. It is something specific problem. I mean, special kind of problem. In this problem, it will be very, very easier if we transfer from parametric form to Cartesian form. One can go directly with parametric form, no wrong. Like this, dx by dt, differentiation of square root function 1 by 2 into square root of function multiplied by differentiation of a power cos inverse t is a power cos inverse t into log a into differentiation of cos inverse t minus 1 by root of 1 minus t square. Like that you get it for dy by dt also. Then take the formula for dy by dx, simplify. You will get the same answer what we written on the board. But this procedure for this particular problem will be little bit tedious. I mean complicated. So it is just like you can treat in mind as a special problem. Though we are with parametric form, it is feasible. Means it is better to transfer from parametric form to Cartesian form. Like this we can proceed. Consider given parametric equations, given x equal to root of a to the power cos inverse t, call 1, y equal to square root of a to the power sin inverse t, call 2. And in the view of formula of inverse trigonometrical functions, what formula we have is that we know that sine inverse of alpha plus cos inverse of alpha always equals to pi by 2. So because of this existing formula, better we shall multiply equations 1 and 2. And after multiplying equations 1 and 2, we will come to know how our problem becomes as a very simplistic case. So let's multiply 1 and 2. Keep in mind, again I am reminding that we are not differentiating 1 and 2 with respect to d. Instead of that, we are multiplying to make this problem very simple one. Now, multiplying equations 1 and 2. After multiplying left side x into y, right side square root into square root. That is square root of a power cos inverse t into square root of a power sin inverse t. Now these two are just like root a into root b by well-known laws of surds. What it says that square root of a into square root of b equal to square root of a into b. So now x into y given by square root of, that is single square root of a power cos inverse t into a power sin inverse t. Further, x into y equals to square root of. Now by laws of indices, a power m into a power n, a power m plus n means a power cos inverse t plus sin inverse t. But cos inverse t plus sin inverse t by this well-known formula, it will be equals to pi by 2. Hence, x into y equal to square root of a to the power pi by 2. Since by this inverse trigonometrical function standard formulas, and noting in mind a constant, pi by 2 constant, square root of constant still equal to constant, say it is equal to constant k. Now we shall differentiate this result, and more importantly not with respect to t, with respect to x, because we have transferred from parametric to Cartesian. That's why we have to differentiate with respect to x but not with respect to t. That's very key point here. Now you may call equation 3 if you want. So finally, differentiating 3 with respect to x, keep this in mind. Differentiating 3 with respect to x rather than, but not here with respect to t, because we transferred from parametric to Cartesian form. Left side we need to apply product rule. First function x into differentiation of y dy by dx plus second function y into differentiation of x is 1. Whereas in right hand side, differentiation of constant k will be 0. Or x dy by dx plus y equal to 0. Or x dy by dx equals to minus y. Hence, only dy by dx equals to minus y by x. That's the required answer. So you can realize this problem, if we solve this problem in a parametric form, no problem to get this answer. But our steps, our method definitely it will be very, very complicated. You can treat this as a special problem. If this problem is given, better multiply, then use formulas of inverse trigonometrical functions. Lastly, you will get dy by dx equal to minus y by x. Right? The next problem. Next question, find y dash or dy by dx, anything can be taken. Find y dash if x equals to a into theta minus 1 by theta and y equals to a into theta plus 1 by theta. Solution. First, write it again given parametric equations. Solution. Given. What is given? X equals to a into theta minus 1 by theta. Y equals to a into theta plus 1 by theta. Call as equations 1 and 2. Now in this case, we have to differentiate 192 with respect to theta because the present variable is theta. Differentiating 192 with respect to theta. Left side dx by d theta, right side a outside because constant, and in this bracket we need to apply sum rule. D by d theta of theta minus d by d theta of 1 by theta or dx by d theta equals to a into bracket differentiation of theta with respect to theta 1. Now differentiation of 1 by theta just like differentiation of 1 by x. Now differentiation of 1 by theta is minus 1 by theta square, total minus of minus plus 1 divided by theta square. This is value for dx by d theta. Similarly, we shall differentiate y also with respect to theta. On differentiating y with respect to theta, dy by d theta equals to a into bracket. In the bracket, let's apply sum rule. By sum rule, differentiation of theta with respect to theta plus differentiation of 1 by theta with respect to theta. Next, dy by d theta equals to a into bracket. Differentiation of theta with respect to theta is 1. Whereas differentiation of 1 by theta is minus 1 by theta square, total 1 minus 1 divided by theta square. Underline it. Highlight it. Let's impose formula for dy by dx. Finally. Next, right? We know that, or we have, what we have, dy by dx equal to formula is dy by d theta divided by dx by d theta. Now substitute values of dy by d theta and dx by d theta, that is equals to a into bracket 1 minus 1 divided by theta square whole divided by a into bracket 1 plus 1 divided by theta square. A will cancel out, leaving out 1 minus 1 by theta square divided by 1 plus 1 by theta square. And in this problem, there will be a chance that your question will be like this: show that or prove that dy by dx equal to x divided by y. If that were given, if you are given that, prove that dy by dx equal to x by y, that means the right hand side we have to present value of x as well as value of y. So if that were given, then no I am telling, otherwise you can stop here. If you are given to prove that dy by dx equal to x by y, then you don't cancel a, try to retain a as it is. What I am telling, only when if it is given to prove that dy by dx equal to x by y. Now let's multiply nr and dr by theta, multiplying numerator and denominator by theta. So dy by dx equals to finally a into, after multiplying by theta, here 1 into theta is theta, whereas in second term theta by theta square, 1 theta will cancel, left is 1 by theta, divided by similarly a into bracket theta plus 1 by theta. But from given equation, x is a into theta minus 1 by theta, y is theta plus 1 by theta, hence our right hand side becomes obviously x divided by y. That's the required answer, since from 1 and 2. Again remind, if you are not asking to prove x by y, stop here after cancellation of a, no wrong in that. But if you are given to prove, you have to continue by this step. Still we have some more questions, we shall meet in the next class. Thank you.